Okay, right. So, what we discussed in the previous session about the rating part, rating concepts, rating configuration part, all that. And today, I'm discussing about different scenarios. What are the different scenarios as a business analyst that we come across when we want to become a Guidewire business analyst from the rating point of view? Scenario one, I am taking with her base rating and as well as lookup tables. The context, first of all, we must be understanding the context first. The context as follows, like implementing new commercial auto line of business. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they want to, right? So where the base rate must vary based on the territory code and classification type. So as far as the business context is concerned, base rate can be same. Okay, you know that already told you. But
Yes.
as far as the this requirement is concerned, as per consider this you can say as a interview scenario, right? So if someone is asking you, you can tell them. So
Mm.
base rate must be varying based on two categories, based on the requirement, based on the condition one. This is the first condition.
Mm.
Condition one based on the territory code. At the same time, based on the classification type. This is condition two. Okay. Because generally base rate remains the same. You already know that. I already told you.
Yes.
But here customer wants some kind of changes. This is all something will be part of configuration. Okay. Do remember. It's not part of integration, part of configuration. Now customer wants some kind of uh, rating base rate must be decided or must be shown by the system. Depends on the customer territory code. Territory code means where exactly the territory customer belongs to based on the address that they have given. At the same
Mm-hmm.
time, based on the vehicle classification. Vehicle classification means whatever the type of vehicle they have, based on the vehicle classification type, they wants to select the base rate. This is the requirement they have given to us. Now, how this can be converted into user story as a BA, that you need to know, because normally this will be done by the underwriter. You know that because end user that they are going to use this is called underwriter. You know that. So, as an
Yeah.
underwriting team, I need policy center engine automatically look up and apply the correct base premium for commercial vehicles during the code generation. This is something as a logic developer has to develop.
Okay.
This must be the business logic developer has to work. Okay. Developer has to work on this. What they
Mm.
have to, because there is a policy rating engine is there. Policy rating engine, make sure if it is integrated properly, it should automatically look up and as well as apply correct base premium for commercial vehicles during the code generation. Means at the time of code generation, there are two things that are to be taken. One is based on the territory code that they have taken, point number one. Second, what type of vehicle classification is that, right? Either it can be light vehicle, okay? Like in that light vehicle, we have selected trucks and trailers, okay? Trucks and trailers, what type of vehicle? How many, how many people this will carry? Okay, so all these based on these grounds, vehicle classification types we have selected in the policy center, you must be knowing. So this is a logic a developer has to write. So what is the end result here? So the policies are accurately priced according to the regional risk matrix. This is what the result a customer is
Mm.
expecting, end user is expecting. Understood? Uh, you're following, right? Result an
Okay.
end user is expecting from us. Okay, this is
Yeah.
what generally the end user end result is this. This is what the end result. What is an end
Mm.
result? Accuracy in terms of the pricing to the regional risk matrix is the end result customer is expecting. This is what the user story.
Yes.
Now, for this user story, what should be the acceptance criteria? This is important. So,
Mm.
acceptance criteria as follows: successful scenario for this given scenario where user processing new line of submission for policy, where the vehicle type must be light delivery truck vehicle. At the same time, territory code can be 001, because if you can go and recollect yourself, when I've shown the application, whenever we have given the address, automatically territory code has appeared. Okay, it can be 30, it can be 40. Okay, territory code will be appeared. So this is something as a business logic, the one which I'm highlighting here. Okay, vehicle type they have to submit as vehicle light delivery truck or heavy delivery truck. It can be anything. Okay, this is the delivery type. At the same time, if it is territory code called 001, for this, developer has to write a gosu logic. Okay, developer has to write a gosu logic for this. For what? Generally, the first one about the vehicle type, light vehicle, light delivery truck. At the same time, territory code is 001. This is the vehicle type they have to take. That is one. Now, this logic is not applying, it's applying is not sufficient. What is required? Whenever the user is clicking the code button to trigger the policy rating engine, because when there is any code button is being triggered at the time of policy we want to create, okay, whenever we are selecting the policy, automatically what system has to do? System has to invoke based on the vehicle type and as well as territory code. It has to invoke the rate book active. This is important. Okay, this has to be, this is called as dependency. I'm writing here. Okay, this is called dependency. Okay, this dependency you have to write. If you have not written this dependency, then this user story, whole user story will not have any value further. So commuting auto rate book active for the policy effective date. Policy effective date means from when onwards the policy will come into effective. Okay, this is what generally the point is. Now, this is one thing. Okay, this is one thing where we have to. This is called dependency point number one, because when we are explaining this to the development team, make sure we have to explain what could be the possible dependencies for this. We have to explain these. Otherwise, there is no value for this to explain. So, calling as dependency, that is one. Second, at the same time and execute a lookup against CA underscore base rate table. This is a table which they have to choose. This is the table where changes must be made based on the territory code and vehicle classification type. Hence, it's also called as dependency. Understood? Got it. You're clear now.
Yes.
Are you following?
Yes, Raj.
Right? So now, next, and the return precise factor premium value is 450. This is an approximate figure I've taken into the base premium variable with the base rate. That's the reason why, if you remember, when we have created a quotation, there will be a base premium. Okay, because every quotation will have a base premium. So base premium, whatever is mentioned, is basically based upon the factor or as well as the premium value that we have taken. It can be $450 or it can be anything either. Okay, it can be of anything. So this is something which we have to be updated as an acceptance criteria as a business analyst in detail. So this logic, end of the day, this logic has to be written by the developer. And these are the two dependencies we have to see. One is about customer auto rate book active. This is one dependency. At the same time, C underscore base rate table is also one more dependency where they have to be updated. This is what we call it as acceptance criteria. Now, if we want to configure the rate table and all, what should be the example? Okay, this example I have given, because based on this example, this $450 has identified. For example, it is in the territory code 1. Okay, we have already taken territory code 1. Right, so where it is a light delivery truck, the vehicle type is light delivery truck, the output base rate should be $450. Okay. For example, the territory code is 001, same. If it's a heavy, it is 850. If it is territory
Yeah.
code is 2, lightweight delivery truck, it can be 380. So there can be a
Mm.
difference between 001 of the territory code to 002 of the territory code, even though light delivery truck vehicle the same, because the kind
Mm.
of territory code that we have used, which is called 002, has this interprets. You have to interpret. That is important. The reason I'm explaining. You have to interpret this territory code has low risk comparing to the first one. Understood?
Yeah.
Understood or not? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Right? So this is it. Why? Because why is this? Because indirectly what we are trying to understand is about this 002 light delivery truck will be 380. Why 380 taken? Because 002 has a less risk which is appeared here. Understood now? Got it.
Yes.
This is what the scenario 1. Okay.